Welcome, everyone. We're back. Welcome to another episode of What Exit Jersey Stories. I'm your host, Nick Franco, and with me, as always,
I'm Pete Riario. We're back.
Pete. Yes, we are back finally.
It's been a while.
Thank you.
My voice is like gone after I did 2 shows this past weekend. And it's just like, yeah, there was a lot, drinking and shots. So it's a little compromised today, but that's okay.
Drinking shots like
More,
wait, drinking shots like the Pfizer vaccine.
well, actually, Moderna is what I was getting my 3rd and 4th and 5th booster all at once. So I'm good. I'm good for another year.
Moderna with a what kind of chaser?
Yeah, I know. Can I get Moderna with just a twist of lime, please? Some olives. Oh, that'd be disgusting when olives and lime. Yuck.
Oh, our friend Stuart Greenberg says
Hey,
hi.
Stu.
Hey, Stu, how's it going? Yeah, Stu, the man behind Stu in It, another
That's
great
right.
podcast through the Shared Universe podcast studio, and I'm sure Stu is going to be going. I got to talk to you about you going.
I know. I was thinking about it yesterday all day. I'm just like, I gotta splurge and do it. I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
for all those out there wondering what the hell are they talking about, Stash Bash, Jay and Silent Bob's secret stash, over in Red Bank, New Jersey. They're celebrating their 25th anniversary, and as part of it.
He's got it.
Chris is showing his badge of honor there.
Yeah,
I'll be there. You'll see me the 7th.
Oh, excellent!
Oh, awesome. When is it again, Chris?
The 25th anniversary.
No. In other words, what date in
the May 7th and May 8th.
May 7th, May 8th. Okay,
yes.
Perfect.
But it is a celebration of all things Kevin Clerks, and speaking of Clerks. Basically, the most of the original cast of Clerks will be there, and also Trevor Furman from Clerks 2, I believe, is also scheduled to be there.
Wow!
So and this is including you got Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson is going to be there, Marilyn Gigliotti, Ernie O'Donnell, Scott Schiaffo. Yeah, so you got a bunch of the cast that is going to be there at the stash, and of course Kevin J.
Yeah, exactly.
And also we have let's see, and the strange thing about that date, and I have to check with Mr. Zapsik on this one. It's also Free Comic Day.
Oh wow! What a coincidence.
Yeah, so I got to see if the stash is doing anything about the comics. But regardless of the comics, if you are a fan of Kevin Smith, Clerks, and the associated properties, the Fewest Universe, head on down to buy a ticket and then head on down to the Stash Bash, May 7th and 8th.
And that'll be down in Red Bank.
Yes, at the Stash.
Yeah. Awesome.
So again, as our friend Stu said, definitely doing the Stash Bash, historic occasion. So very cool. And the cool thing was I was actually part of the last Stash Bash.
Yeah, I remember. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, that was actually when we set the record for
most Kevin Smith.
Cosplayers doing Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, and Kevin J actually played also Jay and Silent Bob amongst the crowd. But all the guys from Comic Book Men had, they donned their suits. Gidim, Steve Dave was there also, Don, and the guys actually from the documentary, what do you call it? Shooting Clerks were also in town from Scotland, most of them, also as part of the Stash Bash last time. And it was an official Guinness event, and they were very stringent on things.
Huh.
There are people that were actually told, no, that is not good enough, and told to leave the group. So
Kevin, I wish right now. Nick, do you know, are you allowed to bring something to be signed of like Clerks memorabilia?
That I have to see, because I think they said something about no additional. So I have to see if there's an original thing you get signed. You also get a special swag bag too. For this stash bash.
Right.
It's yes. Probably, I want to say as many things I can rhyme. Like 2 words in a row. Stash bash, swag bag.
There is like a photo op, I know, that is included.
Yes.
But I imagine if you're doing on top of all of that, a signing, it gets to be a little bit a much, I would think, logistically for them.
Right. Yeah.
Considering it's going to be a mob scene down there.
Yeah, I'll give more information. Like as I find out. But yeah, that should be fun.
Definitely.
That's something most people can agree on. But today, we are going to actually go over something a little different. We're going to go over things people can agree on always.
Cannot agree.
Cannot.
Right?
Yes.
Cannot. Is it
yes.
can't or is it cannot? Cannot. Let's get our English experts on the phone. Anyway, go on.
Stu actually just brought up no additional items can be signed due to the timing. Thank you, Stu. But anyway, yeah, there are, Jersey. We're a cool state. We have lots of great things, but sometimes we do tend to bicker amongst ourselves, and sure. And also sometimes with our neighbors as well. So, I'll give you a little taste.
Please do.
Okay, so let's start with a simple one that's near and dear to my heart. Okay, I live in Hackensack, and in Hackensack, there's this great place to get burgers called White Manna.
White Manna. Oh, I wanted to say it the same time you did. Yep.
Yeah,
I love that
just
place.
Off. 1, 2, 3, White Manna. No,
imagine if there was a filet mignon for White Castle hamburgers. It would be White Manna. That is the best way I could describe it.
You know what? That is a great way to actually describe it.
Right. Yeah, the filet mignon equivalent.
Now, here's the Stu, we're going to get to that, and we are going to actually settle that one. Yeah, we'll see how it's settled here. But anyway, White Manna is a place in Hackensack. It is actually a remnant of the 1930, what was it, 6 or 39? No, 39, I believe, World's Fair. Like the structure, it's a really small, square, typical prefab structure of the days. It has that sleek metal outside that is typical of like the early Jersey diners, as we went way back on our diner episode, actually with our friend Stu.
Yep.
And at White Manna, they sell sliders. Sliders being the small hamburgers. And basically what you get there is sliders. Yeah, sliders, fries, and a drink. And they also do shakes. I still haven't, over all these years, I haven't done the shake yet. But anyway, now let's travel a little more in North Jersey, like slightly south to Jersey City, where you could go to White Manna.
Is it the same owners?
No, it's not. Now, so here's the debate, the dispute here. Okay, White Manna, Jersey City, White Manna, Hackensack. Well, who's the real White Manna?
Oh, I already know the answer, but go on.
Okay, well, the real White Manna, it depends on what you're talking about, because if you're talking about the original White Manna, surprise for you, Pete, it's actually Jersey City.
Get out, really?
Yes, Jersey City was the original White Manna. Now, you can find it on the corner of Tunnelly, and I think it's Manhattan. I think is the Manhattan Avenue in Jersey City.
Okay. God, I've been to Jersey City more than a few times. I've never seen it.
Yeah. the person who started the thing, I know the current guy is Mario Costa, but I'm trying to remember the guy that originally started White Mana. But Louis Bridges. That's the guy's name. Louis Bridges started White Mana in the 40s, and it was like the happening place. He sold sliders, little hamburgers on a roll, and it was popular. And he branched out. He branched out and actually opened a few more White Manas, one of them being Hackensack. Now, they all didn't last. Hackensack did.
Oh, I never knew this. This is fascinating.
Yeah. So there is history to the White Mana dispute. But the Hackensack White Mana was bought from Mr. Bridges, and now you had a separation of the two. So, there were actual now some differences between the two places. You don't have the same owner. And, well, yeah, they're both doing sliders. But now here's the thing. Jersey City did some additional renovations on their building. They actually added a brick exterior to expand, like a brick expansion. They have a strange octagonal shape if you ever go to that location. They also do other foods there too, like if you want some soup, if you want something other than a burger, they do have that there.
Has there ever been like a taste war between the one and
we will get into that too?
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
So again, historically, Jersey City is the first White Mana. Now, here's a funny thing. Also, they renovated Jersey City, and when they got a new sign, the signage company screwed up and dropped one of the N's.
Oh.
So, when you're talking White Mana with two N's, you're talking Hackensack. When you're talking White Mana with one N, now you're talking Jersey City. But, as you said, Pete, many people over the years, have disputed which is the better White Mana and such. And it was actually brought to a show on was it Food Network or Travel Channel?
I know it was featured on one of.
Well, here's the thing: the Hackensack one has been featured on Food Network Diners, Dives, and Drive-Throughs, and but there was another show on Food Network called Food Feud, and they actually put White Mana versus White Mana. Now, besides the facade, the exterior and that, and besides the fact of, okay, Jersey City has an expanded menu, we were putting the slider versus the slider. And when it comes to the two, there's some big differences. Do you know what the differences are between the two White Manas? Like when it comes to their sliders?
The ingredients that are
Well, here's the weird thing. You're kind of right. Yeah, not the ingredients within the meat. The meat is
the
beef.
Seasoning?
I don't think really much on the seasoning either. It's very simple seasoned, both of them. So here are the things that are different between the two White Manas. You have White Mana Hackensack, which does the nice long stringy onions. The griddle basically is steaming the burger because it's a lower heat. And the bun is a Martin's potato roll.
Oh,
that's slider sized. Jersey City, I don't know if theirs is as steamed, we'll say. The onions are chopped up fine, like the really small minced onions.
Right.
And the roll is like a regular burger roll, just regular burger roll.
Oh boy, I'm already seeing a pattern here as to who's going to win this one.
Yeah, so when we get to the end of the food feud, White Mana Hackensack came out the victor.
Good.
So when it comes to the debate between who's who's the original white mana, it's Jersey City. When it comes to who won in the taste test, it's Hackensack.
Okay.
So
I'd rather have the taste test than
oh yeah, no,
the
I
original.
know. And again, you know what? You're gonna have people that are diehard Jersey City fans. People that live in the area, people that it's easier for them to get to the Jersey City, and you're gonna have the Hackensack ones, which is everyone else. No, no, a lot of times you will see actually the Hackensack white mana on a lot of lists, like best burger in New Jersey, and that you see the white mana Hackensack.
That's making me crave white mana like you wouldn't believe. Right now,
Come on down, Pete.
Yep, I'm on the next.
Yeah. So
next car ride down.
So this is a simple, debate dispute between us residents of New Jersey, primarily North Jersey on this one because both are North Jersey locations, but white mana is actually known further than North Jersey, and there are just to let you know there are plenty of other great slider places in the state. I've heard White Rose, White Diamond. What are the other ones? My friend Tom from my old job used to tell me like some of them. He used to hit them all. But there's a lot of good slider places in the state. But when you're talking about the white mana, it's the two. It's one end or two ends. One end if you're going for the historical aspect. Two ends if you're going for the taste. So
this is. Now I know more about white mana than I've ever known prior to this podcast. So,
yes. Now, here's something that's in the news currently in New Jersey. What now, Pete? You've lived in Jersey most of your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, when you drive out of state, what's that one thing that we're so not used to as being New Jersey residents?
No diners.
Well, yeah, besides no diners.
Bagel shops.
And bagel shops. Well, okay, there's lots of things. But, again, aspect on the driving, what's something that's a little pesky thing that you got to do in most other states that you don't have to do in New Jersey?
God, this is one of those things where sometimes like the most obvious answer is the one that's staring me in the face.
It's something... Okay, what's a big topic of discussion of people right now? Something that's priced a bit high.
Gasoline. Oh, pump your own gas.
Pump your own gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people know that New Jersey is the last state in the union?
Oh, I didn't know that. Really, the last state in the union?
That where you do not pump your own gas. Now, there is one other state that's a partial on this. Oregon. In Oregon, a good portion of the state, you don't have to pump your own gas, but in some of the more rural areas where you might not have enough people to work at the actual gas stations. Oh, you're searching for something.
Yeah, no, I'll explain after. Go on.
You're looking for a gas station?
I'm looking at the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. We're good.
Pete's searching for a gas station. Now, in Oregon, they have where it's still like, okay, a lot of places you can get the full serve still, but they're part of the state is pump your own gas.
Okay.
New Jersey, you try to pump your own gas, you're going to get knocked over the head with the nozzle, I guess. I don't know. Basically, it's actually against the law to pump your own gas in New Jersey.
Oh, God.
Although, I don't think I've ever seen anyone, be arrested for pumping their own gas.
There have been several times where I've gotten out of my car because the attendant was as slow as molasses, and I'm like,
right? No, and I get that, but
I'm saying, look, when they're really busy, I totally get it. I don't want to seem like I'm entitled at all, but I'll get up. What I'm saying, like the attendant, they flip sometimes. Like I've had where they're
Oh
just
yeah,
like, no. I got it.
It's like no.
Apparently, they can get in trouble. I was told by one of them.
Yes,
by
that's what I'm saying. It's actually Jersey state law. You cannot pump your own gas, and yes, they could get in trouble if they're allowing you to pump your own gas.
Right, exactly. Like if a manager sees that, they can get them in trouble. That's
Yeah.
why he said that.
So-
he explained why.
Yeah, but it's been actually a discussion amongst some of our New Jersey legislators. Like, well, maybe we should go to pump your own gas, and right now it's being slammed.
It was a recent discussion, in fact.
Yes,
Yeah.
recent discussion on this because of the price of gasoline.
Yep.
But here's the thing: if they go to pump your own gas, there's a couple of domino effects from this. One, all the gas stations now have to make sure that they are equipped with the right equipment that people could do pump your own gas. Like you have to make sure you have the credit card thing on the pump to do so.
Correct. Right.
The instructions on the pump.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you're going to lose a couple thousand or so jobs of all the attendants that actually work at the gas station.
That's true.
So, yeah, there's a domino effect to that. So, the right now dispute of pump your own gas versus full serve, yeah, I'll take for full serve. Particularly, also, I do not envy the attendants when it's cold as hell, when it's like the other day, that sideways downpour that we had.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they still have to pump the gas during all that junk. So,
yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have respect. Although I know sometimes because of how backed up it can be at a gas station, yeah, it can be slow, and sometimes you want to just get done. But yeah, I'll take the convenience of having someone else pump our gas.
Yeah,
Although,
me too.
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, we in New Jersey, when we go to other states, we do know how to pump our own gas. I'll say a good portion of us. There are others that have never been out of state, so please have mercy on them.
Yeah, I wonder if like out-of-staters, come here and they're so used to pumping their own gas, they immediately get out of their cars, right?
Yeah, no, that is a thing that people from out of state don't realize about the state of New Jersey. That no, you don't pump your own gas. Someone else has got to do it for you.
Yep.
But let's get on to another strange debate that's recent. I don't know if you heard about this one, but okay. When it comes to teams in New Jersey, what are some of the New Jersey teams that you know of?
Well, Devils are homegrown, and in-state. But then we have, the Giants that play in New Jersey, right?
Yeah. And who's
are called the New York
who's that other
Giants.
one in green?
The Jets.
Yep. Okay, so we got those two that play New Jersey. But
we used to have the Nets, but they've moved to Brooklyn.
Yes, but the New Jersey Giants, the New Jersey Jets, is that the name?
Oh, it's the New York Jets and the New York Giants. Yeah.
Right. Someone has actually filed a lawsuit, recent lawsuit, seeking $2 billion in monetary damages and $4 billion in punitive damages.
Oh, brother. All these frivolous lawsuits, they're just tying up the courts.
Yeah. Oh, this takes the cake of frivolous lawsuits.
I think if you interviewed like a Giants fan and asked them, look, would it be nice if it were called the New Jersey Giants? They would say, sure, but like, do they really ultimately mind that they're called the New York Giants or New York Jets? Nobody cares.
No, well, you know what?
Too much. I don't know.
That's if you want to say the point of pride. It's like, yeah, we know they're called the New York Giants, but hell yeah, we know it's in New Jersey.
We know it's in New Jersey. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we know it's in the Meadowlands.
And I think most of the players, they all live in New Jersey too.
A lot of them do.
Right.
So here's the fun thing. Someone has filed a lawsuit basically demanding that the Giants and Jets abandon the Meadowlands and return to playing in New York somewhere by 2025.
Wow. Well, good luck with that lawsuit. I don't think it's going to go very
Yeah,
far.
good luck with that lawsuit. Now, people are wondering though. Wait, why do the Giants and Jets play in New Jersey, but they're called the New York Giants and the New York Jets? Well, when both of these NFL teams resituated themselves in the Meadowlands, and please go back to our Meadowlands episode on some of that information. They were given permission because some of their head offices still resided in New York City or New York State. So they were allowed to keep the moniker New York. But they play in New Jersey. Now, I will say one thing when it comes to this part of the debate. I find it maddening as hell when on a broadcast or something, like, okay, the Super Bowl several years ago, where was that played?
In the Meadowlands.
Yeah. When it was being advertised as the New York Super Bowl, it's like, well, okay,
No.
It's not the New York Super Bowl. It's actually the New Jersey Super Bowl because you're actually
like
having it in New Jersey, and it's neither of the New York monikered teams. No, it's the New Jersey Super Bowl.
Right.
And it drives me nuts also when in media, like in entertainment and that, when they're filming in New Jersey, but they're saying that they're in New York.
Yes.
Well, one example of this is like a good number of years ago. I remember American Idol.
Yes. Oh, yes. In fact, I do remember this episode. I was like, those big liars. That's not true at all.
Yeah, it's like they're doing the initial round of like the auditions and that, and it's like, we're here in New York, and I see the Brendan Byrne Arena. I'm sorry, the Meadowlands Arena, or I'm sorry, the Izod Center. I mean, the Continental Airlines Arena. Well, it's all of those. Anyway, that's in the background. I'm like, wait a second. No, you're not. You're in the Meadowlands.
Why do they do that to us?
It's like
the forgotten child left behind.
I know. It's like, so as New Jersey residents, there is a bit of dissension, dispute, or whatever when they do that. When they say they're in New York, but they're actually in New Jersey. That's what gets our goat a lot of times.
Oh, heck yeah.
And it, like I said, it does happen a lot because, like, for us, we're in the New York metropolitan area.
Right.
In parts of South Jersey, they're in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. So it's like, okay. So
let's
when you're in
lump ourselves all into,
so a lot of times media places will lump North Jersey things into New York, and they will lump South Jersey into South.
It's like, into
Philly.
We're the New York metro area, so they're like, oh, we'll just call them New York. It's like, no. Gosh darn it, we fought hard to, keep our name New Jersey in the bright shining spotlight. So,
okay. Here's one that I don't know if you're as familiar. Yeah, I know you've heard the one term. I'm pretty sure you've heard the one term. But I don't know if you've heard the other term. This one we really need someone from the shore area, to talk on. But yeah, we'll get our friend Chris's things. He'll be joining us in a little bit. When you go down to the shore, by the way, we don't go to the beach; we go to the shore. It's like we won't. We don't debate that. It's the Jersey Shore, and no, not the MTV Jersey Shore. No, the real Jersey Shore. Most of those people weren't from New Jersey. What would you and I be called by the people that actually live down there?
Holy crap! I've got it. It's does it start with a B?
Yes, it does start with a B. Benny's.
That's it.
Yes, and the Jets. No,
I prefer they called us like beignets because those are tasty.
Yes. Oh, very tasty.
Yes.
Guess for all those who've never had one, go down to Cafe Du Monde down in New Orleans.
Exactly. Go to New Orleans because everybody can just do that. Hop on a plane and go.
Exactly. But okay, do you actually know what Benny stands for?
I don't.
Okay.
It's not an Elton John reference, is it? Like Benny and the
No,
Jets?
it's not an Elton John reference, but it stands for Bayonne, Elizabeth, Newark, and New York. And so it's regarding the tourists from the north coming down south.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you know there's another name for some of these tourists that visiting the shore?
Locusts? I have no idea.
No,
I know we're not exactly, we're not loved. And,
right. Well,
we're more like a pest.
Yeah. Here's the other term, shooby.
Never heard that one.
Yeah, it has nothing to do.
Sounds like something like David Lee Roth would say in the middle of like just a gigolo. Shooby-doo, but George the show. Yeah. Nope.
Well, there's an actual difference between the Benny and the Shooby.
Okay, I'd love to know.
It's not just like these out of towners, which are also there's a name for the out of towners. Foot. Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's
okay. OOT is out of town. You can guess what the F stands for.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Yes, fabulous out of towners.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the difference between the Bennies and the Shoobies. The Bennies are actually, as I said before, we'd be a Benny. New Yorkers going down to the Jersey Shore, they'd be Bennies. Mm-hmm. Now, for the ones coming over from Philadelphia over to the Jersey Shore, they're the Shoobies.
Okay.
Now, I told you the origin of Benny, but here's the origin of Shooby. Shooby is in regards to people years ago, the tourists from Philadelphia, and actually also some from New York, when they would visit the Jersey Shore, they would actually come with like some of their what do you call it? Their belongings in a shoebox. They pack their belongings or their lunch in a little shoebox for the trip to the shore.
Wow.
That's where a Shooby came from.
Okay.
Benny is that acronym for Bayonne, Elizabeth, Newark, and New York.
I always learn something new on this podcast. I swear it's
Oh, that's good.
That is very
you're
good.
learning. But yeah,
Never
knew. But like I said, yeah, if someone says that, like, if someone calls you a dirty foot, it's out of towner, and the F doesn't stand for fabulous.
Oh God. Very funny.
So yeah, that's another one of the little debates that we have. But now here's the thing: for the people down the shore, as much as sometimes they get annoyed by the Bennies and the Shoobies, they also understand the Bennies and the Shoobies are bringing in tourist money to those areas that if they didn't have it, it would cause those areas to struggle a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the one of our actual, like we went over a while ago, like, some of our different industries in New Jersey, like, one of them is agriculture, one of them's pharmaceutical, another one's actually tourism.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because I shouldn't say it's only because of, but one of the things people like to do is go down to the Jersey Shore. So,
right.
And people spend money there. So,
oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, they make a killing during the summer, these shore towns,
yeah. At what, Shoetown?
At Shoetown, yes. Opening in Paramus, New Jersey soon.
I don't think they still exist. And here's a crazy aside for that one. I used to work years ago for NBO, and
yep.
Like the moniker was everything but shoes. But then when I joined the company, they actually made a deal with Shoe Town to actually have a presence in some of our stores. So yeah, that kind of wiped away that everything but shoes because Shoe Town was there.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Gone now though.
Uh-oh. My oh, there we go. Chris has joined us.
Hooray.
Whoa!
Hey, Chris.
I heard
How's
we're
it
talking
going?
about Shoebies and Bennies.
Yes, did you hear the whole discussion? What the difference is?
I never knew that was even a thing.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I didn't even
I knew
know
about
that.
Bennies.
I knew Bennies.
Yeah,
I didn't know
right.
it was an acronym.
Yeah,
Me
it's
neither.
an acronym.
Shoebie?
Yeah,
I thought it was someone who wore socks and sandals to the beach.
right. And you know what? That may have over time changed a little bit to include that. But the original term shoebie was because these people would bring their belongings or their lunch in a shoebox.
Wow.
And those were the shoebies. Like some of them still came from New York, but they already had a term for them, Benny. But the ones coming over from Philly, shoebies.
Shoebox is a perfect size to fit your hoagie.
Exactly. Yes. And why don't we go on to that as the next topic of discussion?
Well, I just wanted to say that what you just said about the acronym and the shoebies, that should be sandwiched in right after Revolutionary War education, in grade school. So like learn about the Revolutionary War and then right on to, do you know where the word Bennies came from? And shoobadabadoop, whatever it is.
Battle of Monmouth,
Yes.
Shoebies and Bennies.
Shoebies and Bennies, right?
Shoebies versus the Bennies.
This is very important for us to learn.
Well, actually, being that Chris brought it up to put you said the hoagie in, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Pete, when you go to the local deli,
yep,
and you get one of those nice long sandwiches, what do you call it?
A sub.
A sub.
That's right.
And then you know what? There's other people that go to there and they call it a hero. And then there's the weird ones that go there and call it a grinder. But they're mainly from that came from New England. The grinder came from New England, so we're gonna leave them out of the conversation.
Shame on them.
Yes, but hoagies and heroes, hoagies, heroes. Hoagies, heroes, and subs. Why the difference? What is the difference between all three?
Maybe a sub was easier to bring on. You'd call it a sub if you're going on a submarine.
And it's in the shape of a submarine.
Yeah, there we go. And like you put the little olive periscope, like with the toothpick.
Yeah, if you want to get creative. Yep. So where do hoagies come from then? That term.
That's what we're going to go into.
Oh boy,
so
okay.
Here's the thing. In again, this is a little bit of North Jersey, South Jersey, but you know what? Some of the chains, such as Quick Check and Wawa, have also integrated themselves up and down and have introduced like the other vernacular.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. So the term hoagie. Let's see. The owner of what was it? I'm trying to find the guy. Originally, hoagies were thought to have come from sandwiches eaten by the workers at Hog Island.
Oh,
Hog Island
is that where you can go swimming with the pigs?
Yes, those great swim pigs. But that's where the Philadelphia Navy Yard was located. Again, closer to South Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual magazine, the food magazine, Bon Appetit, actually discredits that.
Oh.
It wasn't used as a word, hoagie, until about the 40s. That Navy Yard was closed in like the 20s.
Okay.
But a jazz musician, Al De Palma, opened sub shops during the Depression that to eat these sandwiches, you had to be a hog to eat these sandwiches. He called them hoggies, which later became hoagies.
Now,
Oh
did
my God.
Huggies diapers somehow fit into all of this or no? Like,
Well, when you feed a young child a
You know,
hoagie,
when you
hero,
feed 'em
or
a-
sub,
feed them a 12, a foot long
they need
Subway
their
sandwich.
huggies.
You're gonna need a Huggy for after that. Yeah,
The
I see now
sandwich
that
is larger than the child.
6
Right.
degrees of hoagies.
Well, here's the funny thing. Well, to eat this, okay, well, hero. Well, apparently Clementine Paddleworth,
You
that
made
is
that
a
up.
real name, by the way,
Okay.
Wow, that's a good name for a band.
a food columnist from New York wrote about some of these sandwiches, these local sandwiches, that you have to be a hero to eat one of these sandwiches. And
Oh,
hence the term hero was born.
okay.
Now, sub. Well, it doesn't actually have anything to do with the Navy, but it actually does have to do with the shape, because it does look like a submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And now the difference between a sub and a hoagie, people say that the sub is a what is it? Well, what's the size? I think it's a 24-inch loaf of bread cut. When you get one of those cuts and you have that sandwich, that is a sub. The same thing if it's kept together, because when someone gets a 6 foot, they don't get a 6 foot hoagie. They don't get a 6 foot. Well, you might use hero, but a lot of times it's a 6 foot sub
Mm-hmm.
on the term. But if the original loaf was actually from a smaller loaf, like say half the size, a lot of them say that's the hoagie bread that, when they originally did the hoagies, it originally was like a 12-inch, a foot long bread. And that was also one of the differences between the hoagie, the sub, and the hero. And damn you, New England, with your grinders.
Guy Fieri should have a whole episode on this. Don't you think?
I'm surprised he hasn't at this point.
All right.
He really should. That would be fantastic.
Hoagies, heroes, and what? And sub.
Yes,
no,
hoagies heroes. Yes, with
something. Whatever.
with Richard Dawson. But
Mhm.
but let's get to one of the biggest contentions of
Oh, no.
of New Jersey, and we are going to actually settle it. This will be a settled thing. Chris,
Is
you
there
know what I'm talking
legislation?
about. What's that?
Oh, there's going to be legislation now. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
there's going to be legislation,
We're
or
going straight to Trenton.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what? Or you know what? There may have been some kind of legislation.
Oh, that officially. Okay.
That changed things.
Okay.
All right.
Chris, you know what we're talking about,
You are talking about my favorite delicacy,
which
pork
is called
roll.
pork roll.
Pork roll.
Oh
Pete.
no.
Pete, what are we talking about?
Listen, we're talking about Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
Okay, what if I told you I'm going to tell you a little story and tell you who's right and give you the background why?
I think I actually know the answer, by the way, to what you're about to say. I won't say it, but
Okay,
what
well,
the official,
for
answer is.
both of you, do you know who created this product, the original product?
Was it not Taylor ham?
Well, like the guy's name was Taylor.
Oh,
John Taylor. In 1856, he was a businessman and politician from Hamilton Square, New Jersey. Hamilton Square is slightly east of Trenton. He actually created this new delicacy of pork-based meat that had been
Mhm.
smoked and seasoned with different preservatives and spices. And he called it Taylor's Prepared Ham.
Uh-oh.
Or for short, Taylor's Ham. Or
Mhm.
Taylor Ham. But some decades later, the FDA came in and passed in 1906 the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906. And do you know what happened with Taylor's Ham?
Upton Sinclair got pissed.
You are correct. Upton Sinclair got pissed.
He knew it.
Yes, and it actually stems from Upton Sinclair's account of the meatpacking industry. He actually had a novel called The Jungle. And things were changed about what things could be called. And according to the new legislation, Taylor's Prepared Ham could no longer be called Taylor's Prepared Ham. It no longer met the legal definition of ham. And he had to rebrand it.
Okay.
Subsequently, Mr. Taylor renamed his product Taylor's Pork Roll. Also marketed as, did you know that one, Chris?
No.
Spam? No. You mentioned the name. It's the place.
Pork roll. Oh, Trenton.
Trenton Pork Roll.
Yeah.
Trenton Pork Roll, huh?
Yeah. So here we have the great debate. Oh, like in North Jersey, we call it Taylor ham. In South Jersey and Central Jersey, we call it pork roll. So here's the actual, here's the judgment. You're both correct. Chris, you are
kumbaya.
Chris, you are a conformist. You have gone with what actually the legislation says. It can't be called ham anymore. It has to be called pork roll. Hence, you have a pork roll, egg, and cheese when the desire comes up.
What's
Pete,
the legal definition of ham?
That is a good question. I didn't look that one up.
I'm just curious.
Now, Pete,
Yes,
you are a traditionalist.
I am.
You don't care what was changed about the name. You go with the original name. It was originally called Taylor's Ham, Taylor's Prepared Ham. Hence, you keep calling it half a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on a big old roll or whatever you want.
Yeah,
So the actual judgment is, okay, it's not because, Chris, you're from Central Jersey or from South Jersey, and Pete, you're from North, so that's why you guys call it. It's just, no, you know what? Hey, you're a conformist, you're a traditionalist. Yeah, it's Taylor ham and it's pork roll.
So
now, but here's the thing: you can actually have, Taylor ham that's pork roll, but you can also have pork roll that's not Taylor ham.
oh my God.
Now that I have had from another state.
Yeah, from other states, and there is actually an in-state one that also is a competitor of Taylor.
There is?
Yeah, what's their name? Case Pork Roll. They're from Belmead. That's their biggest rival. But again, I think all will still point back to Mr. John Taylor inventing this new delicacy back in the 1800s. That's the thing that we want. That's the thing that we crave.
I always thought it's like the IBM or the computer thing. Are you calling it a Band-Aid or a bandage?
Yeah. Are you using Vaseline or petroleum jelly? Plastic bandage or a Band-Aid? Wait, did you make a copy or a Xerox?
Xerox.
Oh, wait, I got to blow my nose. Pass me a Kleenex.
I forgot where I was. I was in some town south of Princeton when I was working, and I stumbled into this deli, and I go, and it was breakfast time, and I said, "Yeah, I want a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese." You had to see the look that they gave me behind that deli counter. They were like, they were all like kind of puzzled, and they were like, "Taylor ham," and then I was like, "Yeah, Taylor ham, egg." And then it kind of like it just dawned on me. I'm like, "Oh, I'm at the demarcation line between where." You know what I mean? Like between Taylor ham, egg, and cheese and pork roll. I'm in pork roll territory. So I go pork roll. And then they were like, pork roll. Yes, of course. You think
they looked at you like they had a second head.
Yeah, right.
Now, here's the thing. Where is the demarcation line?
Oh, I think once you start getting into, what is it, like, the shore communities, right?
Definitely the shore communities. But how about you, Chris? Do you have an idea where the demarcation line might be?
So I have this thought.
Okay.
Since my fiance is from Woodbridge and
Okay.
I am from Little Silver, I'm right by the shore. She's up
Yep.
there.
Yep.
She is indeed a Benny. I think it might be that Eatontown Long. Oh, she just gave me the look. It might be that Eatontown Long Branch area right before you get into Ocean County, because right there things start getting a little bit more pork rolly than
Okay.
Taylor ham.
Where? Okay. Again, this isn't official, but what they've said actually, where you start getting that haziness between the two, cross the Driscoll Bridge, Driscoll
Ah.
Bridge, like
120.
over there, like like past exit 129 for Woodbridge.
Yep.
Cross
what I
that
take for
Driscoll
work.
Bridge, and then all of a sudden, wait, hold on, pork roll. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, wait a second, hold on, we're not in Kansas anymore.
when I was in Quick Check the other day, and this is in East Hanover, New Jersey.
Yeah,
And so I go in there, and I usually get like one of the custom egg sandwiches there, like on wheat bread and all. But I look up, and they were featuring now the pork roll sandwich, and I'm
really?
in Morris County, and I'm
Oh
like,
wow, okay.
wait, what? Like, what are they doing? I was
Oh,
just
no!
horrified.
The vernacular has bled into the other area.
I guess Quick Check had to make a decision statewide, right? For the sandwich, and they're like,
Did they have to?
we're going pork roll, and so that was that. Yeah,
It was a licensing deal. Taylor Ham was like, we want this cut. We want 10% of everything. And
yeah.
they're like,
Upton Sinclair was part of the negotiations on a Ouija board.
Oh, and our friend Stu says actually the Driscoll Bridge is truly the Great Divide.
it really is.
It
But
really does make a difference.
It wasn't until this year I knew it was called the Driscoll Bridge. I always called it the one that went towards Raritan.
Yep. Yeah. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, the Raritan." Yeah, but yeah, it's the Alfred E. Driscoll Bridge.
Huh.
And Alfred E. Driscoll, yeah, the guy behind the Garden State Parkway.
Yep.
Wow.
Go back to our Parkway episode on that
exactly.
one. And the Driscoll Bridge has, what is it? The most lanes in the world. It actually has the most lanes.
Interesting.
It's gigantic.
Yeah,
it is.
And well, here's the thing. I will also say it does not have the widest lanes. So no wonder it has the most lanes. They cut it into smaller pieces.
It has the fastest change of where you're going. You're either going to Woodbridge or you're going north.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You have seconds to be like, I got to make sure I know where I'm going.
And going south, it's like, yeah, oh crap, yeah, I guess I'm going express.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll rejoin the rest of the Parkway around what 100,
105.
Right around Manasquan or something.
Yeah, and 105 right now is a fun area to deal with the construction that they're doing there.
Mm.
When I go to Bellworks, let me tell you. You got to go off at 105 to get home.
Oh no! Oh, good luck,
Chris. A quick side thing with Bellworks, right? You know how they've there's is it a restaurant or a bar there inside?
Yes,
Bellworks?
There's a bar now.
But is that open to the public, or is that? It is.
It
okay.
is.
It looks really nice, that place.
It is absolutely delightful. Now, it's even better in the summer when you get to go outside.
Oh,
but
nice.
they have these heat-insulated igloos on the deck right now where you can still go and enjoy your drink.
Oh,
it's called Barbella, and I believe it opens up at 4 p.m. Throughout the weekdays.
Yeah, I think that's where we were going to meet that time, Chris. Remember? The four of us. But because of also the timing, it's like, oh, I guess we'll hit a diner instead, which worked out well.
Classic.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to make my way down to Bellworks. It looks beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really is. It's something else.
Space,
We just don't. I don't think we have anything else like that around here. The closest thing is Chicago. They have I think it's the original Bellworks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Which is their home base. and it's a metro verb similar to that, like reconstructed, like industrial facility.
Gotcha. Interesting. Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Stu reminding us going north, that 95 Parkway split comes up pretty fast.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, it does. Yes.
Yes. Know it well.
Yeah, no, I was on 95 yesterday, so the Death Race 2022.
I like that.
Well,
I choose Death Race 2022.
Yeah, here's another really fun debate dispute. Now we're going to go into disputes with our neighbors. That neighbor being New York. Now, Pete, you know our friend Ed and Mary. They had
yes.
come up to come up to New Jersey a few weeks ago, and one of the things we did was we went on the ferry from the Liberty State Park in Jersey City. Okay, so here we are, Liberty State Park in Jersey City.
On
the Hudson.
I know what this is about.
And then, well, we didn't have enough time to stop at Ellis Island, but then we went to Liberty Island. So let's get into who the hell owns or like what the ownership of these two islands is. And our friend Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
He just chimed in with Hoots. Yeah, we went to Jersey City yesterday to Hoots Wings, a spinoff of Hooters, the Wings.
Oh, nice.
But so in Jersey City, there, like you take the ferry. First stop, Ellis Island. Ellis Island being the place many of the immigrants many years ago in the 1800s, early 1900s, that was their first stop on the immigration pathway. They would come there, sign in. Unfortunately, a lot of their names were butchered by the people there. What's your name? This one goes out to you, Chuck. What's your name? Verdeaux. What? Weirdo? Okay, gotcha. Weirdo. Got it.
Chuck, weirdo. Got it.
Yes. Yes, my brother Chuck, he was a weirdo for many years. Now he's still one. Love you, brother.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ellis Island, this great place of immigration. Who owns the island?
We do,
I guess, because here's the fun parts. The island, Chuck says weirdo. Yep. The island is in New York Harbor, but it's on the Jersey side of the Hudson River. So throw this into your calculations. Who is the owner of Ellis Island? Pete, we'll go to you first.
Okay. Let me think about this very carefully. Elon Musk.
He owns 9%.
I'm going to say New Jersey owns it in some fashion, no?
Okay. Chris, what do you say?
I'm going to have to say New York. It was gifted, or it's in their water in the New York Harbor, right? Was that claimed before New Jersey's?
Well, let's go into and Chuck
the
says,
Islanders.
The Islanders.
The Islanders.
Well, let me tell you, you're both right and wrong. There have been disputes for generations over who owns this area. It wasn't until 1998 that an actual court case went in and determined who the hell owns Ellis Island? And this is going to be weird because now Ellis Island, there's the original part of Ellis Island, and there's the what do they call them? The inlet parts. It's like the later parts that were added onto the island. Because of the different treaties and such from earlier, even though some of them favored New Jersey, some of them favored New York, they said the original part of the island will be owned by New York. But New Jersey came and said, well, yeah, but all these inlet parts and that, we built it. It was actually old, like scrap stuff from some of the ships and such that they repurposed and actually built another part to the island.
Huh.
New Jersey owns that part.
Okay.
So Ellis Island is actually owned by both New York and New Jersey.
Joint custody.
Yeah,
yes, it is a joint custody. Now you want to go into the weirder one?
We get the
Liberty
Statue of Liberty
Island.
on weekends.
Yes, Liberty Island.
We split that down the middle.
Yeah, we should.
Someone's getting toes. Someone gets the torch. Someone gets the.
Right.
What about you, Pete? What do you say? And you know what? I'm going to tell you, Chris, that you're not to say that you're not far off, but there is some weirdness to that one that is actually true.
Oh, as far as what part of the Statue of Liberty belongs, or yeah.
How about you, Pete?
Well, as far as who owns Ellis Island?
No, not Ellis Island. We passed that.
The
We went
Statue
on
of
to the next
Liberty.
one.
Well, the
Liberty
French gave
Island.
us the Statue of Liberty.
Yes,
But no, Liberty Island, right?
Yep.
I'm
Again,
I'm going to say
it's in New York Harbor, but on the New Jersey side of the Hudson River.
Is it another case, perhaps, that we both jointly own it?
It is another case, but this one gets weirder.
Okay.
Because we did not manufacture any new parts to it. Okay. The statue itself was renovated, but the island has not been necessarily extended or anything like that. So the case of New Jersey versus New York on this one, New York owns the island above water.
Wow.
Oh,
New Jersey owns anything below. So comes the weird thing. The concessions and tourist stands and that, New York gets to collect the tax from that. But here's the crazy part. New Jersey, well, they need electricity and they need water and they need all these other utilities there. The utilities come from New Jersey, so we collect utilities because that's underwater.
Wow.
So the great debate between New York and New Jersey over Ellis Island and Liberty Island gets kind of weird. It's not just a simple, here's the dotted line, half is yours, half is mine. It really goes into some bizarre directions on both of those islands.
God.
How do you come to the conclusion, above and below?
I don't know, but somebody did. And like I said, and it makes sense because of the utilities. And they said utilities come from New Jersey because the utilities run underwater. And it's like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, well, because if it was New York, well, they'd have to supply it, but it's on our side. Wait, hold on.
New Jersey's the landlord. New York's the tenant.
There you go. Good analogy, Chris.
There we go.
Now, do either of you have any other good? Well, you know what? We'll leave you with this one. Chris, you grew up in what? What was the town?
Little Silver.
Okay, that is a shore area. Paige grew up in Woodbridge. not necessarily considered a shore area. But let's see. Pete, you and I, we're definitely from North Jersey.
Yes, right.
Chris, where are you from?
Okay.
Where's Paige from? If we do again this demarcation thing.
Is it Middlesex County or?
Oh man. So now because like I'm right there at the what would technically be Central Jersey.
Yeah.
But the shore's right there. So now
Right.
I am clumped in. I would say Central Jersey, but everyone would be like, "Oh, you mean down south?" And I would say, "No, that's down south." And let me tell you, this discussion would go on for an hour and a half. I bet.
Yeah.
Paige she's not from North Jersey. She too is Central Jersey.
Yes. Paige is from Central Jersey. Paige is a definitive Central Jersey. Now, here's one. Now, I'll tell you this. There is no official demarcations of North, South, Central. Okay? Mm-hmm. So what we're going to go over is a conversation that Stephen Colbert had with Governor Murphy, who lives in Middletown, and Jon Stewart,
who also lives in Middletown.
Middletown, and also loves the Red Bank area, as we ran into him down there.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2018. Yeah, in fact, Murphy called Central Jersey a mystical kingdom.
That's a good way to put it.
That's a soundbite.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but here's the thing. They came to the conclusion that Central Jersey is Hunterdon, Mercer, Middlesex, Monmouth, Summit, Ocean, and Union.
Ocean? Really?
Now, Ocean and Union are sometimes left out of the real definition, but they said, yeah, we'll include them in the borders of Central. But as you also said, Chris, you were part of the shore. You came from the shore area.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone wants to revisit our first episode, when I asked Mike Zapsik about this, does Central Jersey exist? It's like, damn well it exists. And, like he gave a thing. And I said, well, what about the Jersey Shore? He's like, well, the Jersey Shore is part of Central and South Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the shore area is not all South Jersey. The shore area starts in Central Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever you're trying to kind of figure out these things, if you're going down the shore, yeah, you're going down to either Central or South Jersey. You're going to the shore. You're not going to the damn beach.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have a good time doing it.
Well said.
But, like if you're saying you're going to Central Jersey, yeah, there is a nice big blob in the center of our state that is Central Jersey, which includes the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Stu actually grew up in Passaic County. You're definitely North Jersey, Stu. Yeah,
you just slid in.
Pete and I, for many years, have been Berganites, although Pete is now a Morris County.
Morris.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
correct.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
but I'm still part of that region,
But Stu actually now lives in Somerset, which he's saying is Central Jersey. Wait, was that in that list?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I looked at the list too earlier.
Let me see.
I don't remember.
Let's see. Huntington, Mercer. Oh, it says Somerset.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. Hey.
Congratulations, Stu.
You are in the void.
But yeah, that's my last debate dispute. Pete, you want to just leave us on a quick game here?
Yeah, I'll just do 3 of these. How's that for the trivia?
Sounds good.
For time constraints here. Let's see. Just give me a moment. And all right, here's one.
That's what I was going to say. And in response to that, I say shooby-doo.
I shooby-doo-ba-doo, Hoagie submarine. Just a call back there. Okay, which of these actresses is not from New Jersey? Is it Jennifer Grey, Laura Prepon? I think Laura Prepon's from That 70s Show, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Kirsten Dunst, not Kirsten, okay, or Meryl Streep. One of these actresses is not from New Jersey. Jennifer Grey, Laura Prepon, Kirsten Dunst, Meryl Streep.
I'm going to go with Laura Prepon.
And I'm going to actually go
yeah, it
with,
might be. I don't know the pronunciation.
I want to say Jennifer Grey.
The correct answer is Dirty Dancing's own Jennifer Grey. Congratulations, Nick.
Yeah,
Really?
see, yeah, because Laura Prepon I knew was Jersey,
Really?
and actually the other two, Kristen Dunst is another Jerseyite, and Meryl Streep is definitely Jersey.
I knew for sure.
Yeah, Meryl Streep was the one. It's like when you look up lists, people, actresses and actors from New Jersey. She's like one of the top ones. Her and Jack Nicholson come up like the top.
I was going to give you bonus points if you knew where they were from. But then it gets a little more complex there.
Yeah, I don't.
Jennifer Grey's. Go on.
Oh no, you go.
I was going to Jennifer Grey is from New York City. The others, you want to take a stab at one of them?
Let's see. I want to say Kristen Dunst is actually a North Jersey person. I want to say she's. Let's see. No. Tenafly is that one from Glee. Yeah, I forget.
So anyway, Kirsten Dunst is from Point Pleasant.
Oh, she's down. Okay.
Laura Prepon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, is from Watchung. Meryl Streep is from Summit.
Okay.
So there you go. All right.
Ooh, Stu had Green or Westfield.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah, close. This actor commuted between Hollywood and his home in Leonia, Bergen County, during the years he starred in one of television's most highly regarded sitcoms.
Huh.
Quite the commute, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know what's his name is from Englewood. Englewood is near Leonia, so he could have moved to Leonia at that part. I'm going to say John Travolta.
No.
Okay.
Do you have a guess, Chris, at all? What actor commuted between Hollywood and his home in Leonia, Bergen County?
No, I have no
During the
idea.
years he starred in one of television's most highly regarded sitcoms. I'll give you another hint. It is still to this date the most watched finale of all time on television.
Oh, okay. If it's MASH.
Correct. So the answer is Alan Alda.
Oh, right.
Oh, good old Alan Alda.
And the crazy thing, I was listening to him on Gilbert Gottfried's podcast while I was driving through Leonia. I forgot about that.
Oh.
I forgot about that one.
Oh, well. Alan Alda wanted his daughters to have a normal life in a small town, so his family lived in Leonia during most of the years he played Hawkeye, Pierce, and MASH.
Wow.
Who knew, right?
Mm-hmm. And he's got a good pod, too, Alan Alda.
Oh, I didn't even know that he had a pod. All right, here's our last one. Which North Jersey community is the home to a National Historic Park that honors the location as George Washington's winter headquarters in 1777? Multiple choice. Is it Parsippany, Morristown, Madison, or Bernardsville?
Is it Madison?
I know. Washington had a lot of headquarters, but I know one of the primary ones was Morristown. So I'll go with that one.
So, Nick, you've done it again, damn you. Yeah, the answer is Morristown.
It was Morristown. But yeah, I know a lot of the fighting is further down.
Right. Morristown National Historic Park, located right off 287. The location also served as Washington's headquarters in the winter of 1779. And there you have it for our trivia contest, which...
Thank you, Pete. Thank you. And
Nick wins a 1 year supply of white manna. Unfortunately, it's from the Jersey City location and not the Hackensack location. Just
damn. Okay.
They're both wonderful establishments. Please,
exactly. But Yeah, if you enjoyed the pod, please like, subscribe. Again, if you want to start your own pod, please. A shared universe in Red Bank, New Jersey, and also Holmdel at the Bellworks.
Mm-hmm.
We are open for business.
Yes, open for business. But please see our friend Chris here. He'll get you going. Reach out to Mike and Ming. Yep. They'll get you going. Stash Bash, May 7th and 8th. Again, if you like us, also reach out, whatexitpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @exitwhat. And, just go to our Facebook group because, hey, that's where we're at.
That's where it's at. Exactly.
And for What Exit Jersey Stories, I've been Nick Franco.
And I'm Pete Riario.
I've been Chris Matt Jr.
Thank you, everyone. And congratulations to Chris and Paige.
Yes.
Thanks,
Good night.
guys.
Good night.